Wizards of the Coast hopes to change the channel with the upcoming release of the Brothers War. Will this be enough to get players back on side? How will this set be received? It's coming up next. We are another day closer to the much anticipated Brothers War. Welcome back everyone, MTG Moxman here, and thank you for hanging out with me again on my channel today. A big shout out to all the new subscribers joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button, to my regular viewers who watch my content each and every day, and again to my patrons and YouTube membership members who help support this channel and allow for this content to be made. Thanks again everyone, we're almost at 13,000 subscribers, I can't wait. Right now, at Wizards of the Coast in the Ivory Tower side boardroom with 2 bathrooms, 4 kitchens, and a whole bunch of people at that board table, they are hoping that their moment has come, that the distraction they've been hoping for will take effect, and that is the Brothers War. Because right now, with the spoilers coming out, they need the aha moment, you know, that where everyone looks away, so they can stop the pile-on of hate and anger and frustration from players, investors, collectors, LGSs, distributors, pretty much everyone. They're hoping this is that moment. They're hoping these spoilers come out and blow everyone's mind. But you know what Wizards of the Coast also realizes? They realize by now that they're in trouble. The ship has to turn faster than they anticipated. And there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the next 14 months. And none of them are related to the Brothers War. That set was already packaged, printed, and ready to go. And in normal times, this set, it's a set I've been looking forward to all year long, would have been a smash hit phenomenon. It fell perfectly behind Dominaria United. But that was all before the 30th anniversary booster packs were announced. The price hikes, the recession that's coming, the way players are feeling with their anger and frustration toward Wizards, before all of that. So guess what? Chances are that aha moment they're hoping for is not going to happen. It's not going to go down. It is going to be a case of the Mondays. Players are just not forgetting as much as you want them to, Wizards. They're just going to shove a bookmark in. They're going to look at your cards. They're going to be excited. There is some great cards in there. I'm going to share some with you guys today in the video. But that's not going to be enough. And if you're hoping for serialized cards blowing everyone's mind, I'll show you some today, guys. They didn't blow my mind. That is not the saving grace. Did they give us lost antiquities? Would that have changed anything? Guess what? It wouldn't. Just like it didn't for Dominaria United. Even if they had done that, it would not have changed the channel. It wouldn't have flipped the page. It wouldn't be a new book. It would stay right where it is. What Wizards needs to do can't happen yet. So those people in the tower right now, hoping, praying that things are going to change, they're in for a bit of a shock because it's not going to change. This set will have an initial flash in the pan excitement. I can't help myself. I'm super stoked. I've lined up box openings. I have some stores sponsoring some stuff. We're going to have a good time with this product. But that doesn't mean that players are going to go out and buy boxes of it. It doesn't mean there's going to be mass box openings and everything's going to be piled on. It's going to be awesome again. This set is going to be just like Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. No matter how well the set may be constructed and put together, that's how it's going to fall, in my opinion. We're going to have that moment of awe. We're going to have pre-releases, a great weekend. Players are going to have a good time. Come on. Vegas is coming, guys. We are going to have a blast. But then, when that moment passes, everyone's going to look at your 30th anniversary booster packs. They're still going to see those price increases. They're still going to see that fear and uncertainty around them right now with the products you put out. The fear that nothing has value in your set. That you're not guaranteeing a certain level of value for the expense players are paying to get that product. And you know what? You don't have to. Technically, it's not their job. But if you don't take care of things like this, it only gets worse, Wizards. And that's what players know now. That's why they're giving you a backhand slap and not buying your products. Because they want you to fix it. And players are speaking with their wallets and saying no. They're saying no to you. And I don't think Wizards is reacting quick enough because they're hoping something like the Brothers War will take your mind off it. And some of the cards are great. I can't wait to share them with you. We'll do it in the video today. Don't worry. I'm going to get there. But this is that moment I want players to realize that as great as it's going to be, don't jump on the hype train yet. Don't forgive and forget just because a cool product comes out with some great cards, because it's not over yet. And I know a lot of you guys already feel that way. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the comments section. Let's jump to some spoilers. Have a good time with it. But I want to see those comments, how you feel about what you've seen today in the Brothers War spoilers, guys. I'm looking forward to reading them, okay? Let's get to this. We're going to start things off here with the Gilded Lotus. Look at this beautiful card. Oh, it's serialized to 500 copies, guys. What an amazing card. And you know what? Compared to a Timeless Lotus, this is an amazing card. Look, it says add 3 mana of any one color, like a Lotus should. But I'm looking at this card, and I like the artwork. I like the old border. But you know what? This is not the type of card Wizards needs to show you as a serialized card. You need unique artwork. You need a brand new card that can't be found anywhere. Not a reprint of a card that already exists. This is a short stop gap measure to get into serialized cards. It doesn't nearly hit home hard enough to make a player say, oh my goodness, I finally have this card. Because again, like the other cards we've seen, it's been reprinted multiple times. Right? We've seen it. The Wurmcoil Engine, same thing. We've seen these cards already. There's nothing special or grabbing about a card like this that makes you want to dive into it. And as cool as the old border looks, I'll be honest, I love the look of the card, guys. I like it. But I don't care about it being a serialized card. And I don't believe a lot of you players out there care either. I think if you got one, great, you got one. But you're not going to go out of your way to try to collect this and try to get number 1 or number 498, right? Because most people will say it's number 1, or it's like 100 or 200 or number 500. All the little numbers in between don't matter to people. This is not reserve list. This is not that special. It doesn't feel special. Wizards falls flat on this. Now the next card, Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. I gotta be honest, guys. I'm super stoked. That artwork blows my mind. There's just something about it, and it harkens back to that history of the Brothers War. Okay, the duel with like Urza against Gix, and it's just, you're like, wow, crazy stuff. Now, legendary creature, 2 black, 1 other. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life, and if they do, you draw a card. Now look at that bottom power though. It's already pretty good, right? It's a 3/3 for 3. It's got a good ability at the top. 4 and 3 black mana. Discard X cards and exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Wow. This can be an amazing card when built into the right deck, but it seems like it's built for Commander, doesn't it? It seems like it's meant to be a long-range spell thing. It's going to come out mid to late game and do some stuff. In a standard format, this card's going to get buried. It's not going to have the effectiveness it needs to. It will still show up in standard decks, but I don't see this being anything crazy right now. Maybe modern, we'll see. It's one of those things you're like, okay, maybe. Now, Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. I find the artwork very meh. It reminds me of the Transformers movie with what's his name? Was it Shockwave or whatever? And he's got the big creature thing that looks like a giant coiling snake. That's what it feels like to me. Now, 7 for a 7/5. Okay. The Menace and Lifelink is nice. I like the Ward ability being here. Pay life equal to Phyrexian Flesh Gorger's power. That I find very interesting. It is a 7 casting cost, but with all the power stones and mechanics we're seeing in this set, as well what already exists, this card is going to be fairly well received by players. It's going to see a lot of play, but it also has prototype, right? You may play this spell with different mana. Anyway, it's a 2 black, 1 other for a 3/3. You can get out cheaper if you need to. If you need a creature on the battlefield, this guy can get out there with the prototype effect, but you're going to see this thing cast for 7. It's going to get out. It's going to fit with the Karn card, right? It's going to fit with the Dominaria guy, make the Power Stones. Cards like this are going to have some gameplay. Very interesting, but don't forget, with all the removal right now, cards like this aren't the threat they used to be. This can be depopulated, invitation only. There's just so many ways of getting rid of cards like this that it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, Karn Silex, there's just so many options right now. Now, the next card, and this I want to talk about for a second. This is one of those merge cards again. Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. Now, it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a legendary green creature. This is a very meh card for me. This is not a good land. Okay, I'm not impressed with it at all. I just, right away, I like the look of the art, but I don't like the card's effect. Okay, 2 green, 2 other. Create a 2/2 green bear, which I do like. It reminds me of Wilson. Creature token, then mill 3 cards, activate only as a sorcery. So this card goes together with the next card I'm going to share with you. So it's not that great of a card on its own. It's very meh to me. Now we can look at the next card, and that is Titania, the Voice of Gaia. 2 green, 1 other. It has reach. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 more land cards in your graveyard, and you both own and control Titania, Voice of Gaia, and a land named Yawgmoth Sanctum, which is the one I just showed you right here, then you put these together. Okay, and you get to merge them into the end card. So you get Titania, Gaia Incarnate. Big giant beastie. It's got vigilance, reach, trample, haste. Okay. And when it comes into play, its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. And when it enters, all the land cards from your graveyard get put back onto the battlefield tapped. And then you can pay 1 green and 3 other and put 4 +1/+1 counters on a target land you control. It becomes an elemental creature. This is amazing. It's amazing, right? Look at that card. Okay, let me just share something with you guys that most of you are already thinking. Okay, you saw the first 2. So we saw Yawgmoth, then we layered Yawgmoth, and eventually we get to Titania, and then we get to Titania, the Gaia Incarnate. You get to the giant beast of a card, and it's got a lot of powers. You got haste and everything going for you. You're bringing your lands back. It is going to be an interesting combo to try to use going forward in things like Commander, which is where it's probably designed for. It's in the standard format. It'll come in there, but there are lots of ways of dealing with cards that didn't exist before. So the threat level of giant beastie creatures like this really don't have the same impact they used to. And that mana card is the land is less than meh. It's very weak as far as I'm concerned as a card I might want to put into a deck. But that doesn't mean it won't be a lot of fun at pre-releases, at game night, Friday Night Magic, to try to make some of these kind of combos go together. But this is not going to be the game-changing thing that Wizards needs to turn the page on the news of all the other decisions they've made this year. The player frustration and bubbling anger isn't going anywhere. It's at a boiling point. It's only getting worse, as we've stated. It's going to keep building. And the changes that Wizards needs to make won't be happening for probably 14 months. I don't know if players can stay angry that long. I know I can't. I will wane and go to the sidelines, but that doesn't mean I'm going to spend hard-earned cash on newer sets coming out. Just like a lot of you out there, I'm going the singles route. I'm looking for individual cards from sets like Brothers War that I find a great card piece. An individual card that will fit well into a deck. Those are the cards I'll be looking for, and that's the impact I'll make on the market. But I'm not going to be cracking open dozens of boxes, and I don't think most of you guys are either. Wizards just hasn't listened well enough yet. That last earnings quarter, it's going to be even worse than the next quarter. And it'll probably be worse the one after that. And they will get what everyone's trying to tell them. They'll go back to their focus groups. They'll go back to their marketing teams and see what they have available to make it work for them. But at this moment in time, with the Brothers War coming and the hopeful nod to the aha moment, it's not going to happen for them. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, though, because it's still going to be a wonderfully built set. I think it's just going to fall a little flat in the end because of how the world is right now. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know how you feel about those serialized cards. Should they be special or not, collectible or not? And of course, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for being here today. I'm looking forward to seeing how quick we get to 13,000 subs and onward and upward all the way to 14K. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day today. This is that moment where I get to say thank you to each and every wonderful patron on this channel, guys. I can't wait to see you Sunday for the live stream. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, guys, you made it back. You're the 3% at the end of the video. You made it that far. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know. You know what? Deadpool thanks you, too. He does. Actually, if you look back here, it says, eat me. I know, right? How rude. Eat his brains out. Still stuff in there. I think it's going to be an interesting time. This set is going to be well received, but it's going to go like that because players are just kind of frustrated still. I don't see anything changing. Actually, if anything, I see people getting angrier. They want me to do more rant videos and stuff. It's kind of crazy. So thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the day. I hope everyone's having a great one out there. Stay safe. And remember, it's a great game, man. Bring a friend to Magic. Chill out and enjoy the game. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome one.